The favourite back behind those, being followed by Schimmel, and a long last is Playing Zeus, nearing the home corner, and with 500 left to travel in the first. And over on the inside, the leader is Fire and Rain. He's got it under a choker hold, leading the way narrowly. All That Sizzle goes up to eyeball it, coming around the turn, and then Emerald Rose back on the inside. Shafto Lane, Hotham Valley, Fair Trucive is next, and then on the rail Schimmel coming to the 250 though, and over on the outside, All That Sizzle headed Fire and Rain. Here comes Fair Trucive though, beginning to wind up outside of Emerald Rose. Over on the inside, kicking back Fire and Rain, but now here come the swoopers, and it's the favourite, Fair Trucive. Fair Trucive dashes up, grabs the lead, hits the front from Emerald Rose and draws away. Too good for them. Won by nearly 3/4 of a length, the favourite, Vintrusive over Emerald Rose. Fire and Rain kicked again to grab third, and behind them Shafto Lane also there is Hotham Valley. They were followed by All That Sizzle, a gap in the field behind them to Schimmel, and a long last after coming out of the gates very slowly is Playing Zeus. And we'll get news as to whether or not that all was okay at the start as far as that youngster was concerned. Vintrusive too good, William Pike. Number 7, Fair Trucive, broadcast. Punters advised to hold tickets in regards to Playing Zeus. Please hold tickets in regards to Playing Zeus. 7 Fair Trucive beats 4 Emerald Rose, 1 Fire and Rain, and in fact it'll be 6 All That Sizzle that held fourth. So the numbers will be 7, 4, 1 and 6, I think, as we stand by for placing 7, 4, 1, 5 posted there on the board. We'll confirm that though in a few moments' time. The winner, Fair Trucive, a trade fair obtrusive filly for David Reed, settled back. Came with that swooping run. They didn't do too much up the front, and Pike timed his run perfectly, with Emerald Rose having to sit 3 deep, but she was there comfortably. They weren't going that hard. A patronised filly from Rose of May, David Harrison and Renee Forrest, and Fire and Rain responsible for that sluggish pace. An Oratorio Colt from Girl in a Storm, Paul Jordan and Craig Staples. 741 will be the top 3 numbers here as we wait for confirmation on fourth. All That Sizzle was there, challenging Fire and Rain, and running on behind them, Hotham Valley, Shafto Lane towards the inside. In fact, I think All That Sizzle is going to run fourth clearly there. So it won't be Shafto Lane as displayed on many of the screens around the track. It'll be 7, 4, 1 and 6. Not the 7, 4, 1, 5, which has been, of course, displayed there on some of the monitors. $3.10 and $1.20, $1.60 and also $1.80 there, the totes for race number 1. Fair Trucive proving just a bit too good here and running right up to its good trial recently. And that's a good form reference to that trial as well. So margins are 1 length by half a length. The time of very slow, 1:07.25, 1:07.25. It's 35.64 there, the closing sectional, 35.64. Fair Trucive about to make its way back in. Trained by Dan Morton, and the news today that, of course, Dan becomes the new trainer as well for Goldfront Thoroughbreds. And he's downstairs and he's with Gareth Hall after race 1 on the card.
Yeah, he's a very popular man these days, Dan Morton, and Vintrusive, another 2-year-old. Victor, obviously, I don't think there was too much between those 2 horses that have won for you in less than a week at the trials, and that was a really impressive performance.
She was impressive, and a trial, like you say, was good there last start. We only actually took her out on Saturday because she drew the widest of our trio, so yeah, went in with a degree of confidence, I suppose.
Where do you rate her amongst the other nice 2-year-olds that you've produced already this season?
Well, like you say, there's not a lot seemingly between her and the filly that won on Saturday, so hopefully they both got a bit of upside.
You must have loved the way that she travelled and then let down when Willie said, "Let's go, girl."
Yeah, I think the speed slackened off mid-race. He was wanting to get had a bit of a head of steam up there for a while, but she looked like she was always going to get a good card into the race.
Great start to the day. Job well done.
Thank you.
There we go. The king of the baby so far this season, Dan Morton. And Matty Kelly, you're about to catch up with William Pike. He's been busy. He dominated, or had a good day at Ascot, went to Singapore and had success, and now back here at Ascot and riding winners.
Having a good time of it on the track, certainly is, and has jumped aboard this 2-year-old of Dan Morton's Fair Trucive and saluted in the opening event in a reasonably slow time. Just seeing if we've got a bit of it, no, we're all good with the scales. William, just quickly, nice start to the day. She lengthened well, you rode her quietly, and she found when she needed to in the straight.
Yeah, she did all exactly that. I got away a bit slowly. I probably wanted to be a bit handier than I was, but I didn't get away clean enough. It was a very slow run race. Nearly bring me undone because when we're all hanging on as much like that, we're having a bit more issues. But it was there when it counted. I got her to the outside, and she let down very well.
A nice start to the day. Well done.
Thank you.
William Pike and Fairtrusive successful in the opening event. Emerald Rose unlucky wide throughout and finished off quite well. And the one Fire and Rain was swamped at the top of the straight, but I thought kicked well late over the last 100 metres, Gareth.